Howdy y'all, welcome to week 39, which happens to be my 9-month surgiversary. I've had lots of stuff going on the last 2 weeks, some exciting stuff. I'm not too very excited today, I'm kind of like blah, so excuse me if I'm kind of boring today. First up, I pulled out a box of clothes that I've been carrying around with me for the last 7 or 8 years. On the box I wrote Kelly's Small Clothes. As I was growing, gaining weight, I was kind of sad to let some of my favorite clothes go, so I put them in a box, always having the hope that one day they would fit again. I pulled the box out, and most of the clothes were, drumroll please, too big. So my small clothes are now too big. There were a few things in there that I can wear now, but for the most part, a lot of the stuff was size 10, 12, there was a couple 8s in there, and then the shirts were like medium and large. So I had a few things, but it was kind of funny to me that I've toted this box around, like tormenting myself with it while I was large, not being able to wear it, and now that, you know, I finally can, it's actually too big. So I thought that was kind of funny. Went shopping at the thrift store. That's my new addiction. Buying sizes 4, 5s, and 6s, which really surprises me. The 6s were the pants, and then I had a couple like tops that I tried on that were size 4. They fit, but I didn't get them because I noticed something when I was wearing large sizes like 22, 24. Big girl clothes are very ugly because they have sparkles and ribbons and they look like they've been bedazzled and they have flowers. But then when you get to the other end of the spectrum from 24 to 4, it's like these ugly old lady, very tight plaid prints. So I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but seems like in the smaller sizes that they start getting ugly with the designs again. But anyways, more solidly, I'm a 6, still wearing some of my 8s, but definitely nothing bigger than that. What else? A few months ago, I talked about having extremely painful period cramps to where I almost went to the hospital. And actually, I did end up going to the hospital I don't know if it was 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago. It was so bad that I couldn't even walk to the car. I could barely talk. I ended up riding in an ambulance, which kind of stinks because I don't have insurance. So I just kind of look at it this way. It was bad enough for me to say, all right, take me to the ER in an ambulance. So the doctors didn't have any explanations. I had all sorts of poking and prodding done, an x-ray, an ultrasound, all sorts of different stuff, and they didn't find anything. The doctor said that possibly it's called a hormonal shift, where maybe I'm getting too much estrogen or something, I don't know, and it's causing painful cramping. It's actually, I haven't had children, but I would compare it to contractions. It was kind of strange. It would hurt really bad for a few minutes, and then I would have like 30 seconds of relief, and then it would hurt again, and then it was relief. I looked up hormonal shift when I got home, and I found an interesting term that explained pretty much what I think it is that I experience, and it's called dysmenorrhea, if I'm saying that right, dysmenorrhea, dysmenorrhea. And it's I haven't looked it up since that day I got home from the hospital, but it's pretty much explaining, you know, what I went through, saying it can be caused by a couple different things, which is even more reason for me to go get my blood work done, which I have not done. Maybe there's some vitamin or something I'm lacking in. It says that a low magnesium can cause this. So that's definitely something I need to do, have not done yet. Next up, as of my 9-month mark, I hit a normal BMI. I put it in quotes because I don't really agree with the BMI charts, but technically I'm 24.9 now. I weigh 145. For week 38, I gained a half a pound and I went to 147.5. For week 39, I lost 2.5 pounds and that brought me to 145 even. I was very surprised to have lost 2.5 pounds this far out. I'm eating okay. Some meals are good, some meals are not. The other day I ate 3 Oreo cookies and 2 chicken nuggets for breakfast. But yeah, other meals I cooked them out of a cookbook, follow my portion sizes. So I kind of feel like I'm eating like a quote unquote normal person. So I don't really have problems with the restriction. I feel like I can eat a good amount. I stop before I get full. So it's kind of like, you know, like I said, being like a normal person, whatever that is. What else? At work, my boss said something. Oh, he offered me a bagel and I said no thank you, and he said, I never understood you skinny people. And it kind of made me laugh because I was like, oh my gosh, he looks at me as a skinny person. Like, he has no idea that I used to weigh almost 100 pounds more than I do now. And I actually mentioned that to him, and I said, I was like, I used to weigh 50 pounds more when I first started working here, which wasn't that long ago. And he's like, oh, I don't remember. And then a few days later, he was asking me something about a client, and he said something along the lines of, is she thin like you? So it's funny to me that, people look at me like that. I definitely, like I said in my video, I called it, I finally feel thin. I finally do accept my size. But when I was trying on those 4, 5s, and 6s and they fit, it was kind of funny. I kind of felt like, because I really was accepting myself at an 8 and feeling like, all right, I understand how big I am now, or how big or small, whatever. But now that I was shopping for the smaller sizes, I kind of felt like, before when I would shop, I felt like people were looking at me like, she's not going to fit into that. Now when I'm shopping, I feel like I'm like undercover, like they don't know that I'm not really a 4, 5, and 6, but I don't know. It's really weird. I know that sounds so strange, but it feels kind of fake to me, but I don't know. Anywho, at my other job, because I have 2 jobs where I do the counseling, somebody said, Kelly, you keep getting smaller and smaller. What's your secret? What's kind of funny is I'm not dieting anymore whatsoever. In fact, for those of you that have, more weight to lose and it takes you more than, say, 7, 8, 9 months to get to your goal, I really applaud you, because staying focused for that long is very hard. I did really good up until my 6-month mark. Then I started to fall off a little bit. And now it's, I'm more relaxed into it. I'm looking at it more as a lifestyle thing. So I'm not worried about the last 5 pounds. They'll come off eventually. But for those of you that have more to lose, keep it up. Stay focused. You're doing awesome. I don't know how you do it, because it was hard for me after a certain amount of time. And it's, with any kind of goal that's long term, it's hard. But with weight loss, it's even harder, because it's like, it's not even like a thing you have to work on daily. It's like a thing you have to work on every single minute of every single day if you have issues with food. So, it's all these small decisions that add up over time. And I'm rambling now. I do thank you very much for watching. I guess that's all I have to say for this time around. Bye-bye.